Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Marianas Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sakurako Halstead.
And I'm Dan Shore. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories.
Local lawyer informs people of their rights as immigration agents are seen operating in the CNMI.
Also tonight, a request prompted by citizens to revisit a local law enacted to clean up the island.
And 300 Japanese exchange students from a school with a 40-year partnership are visiting Saipan.
And in sports, a long-time local tennis tournament with a fun twist and white coconuts for the win.
Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
I love Marianas coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
Hey Lise, what's in the bag?
A barbecue bacon QPC from McDonald's.
Oh, you mean the Angel Reese special? I'll play you for it. I've been waiting for you, OG. And if I win, McDonald's on me.
But you know my game, right?
Oh yeah, I know.
Let them know.
Oye, vámonos, let's get it. I got something for you, Aaliyah.
All right, let me see it. Let me see it.
Now she blocked it. Yo, Stewie, when it takes the bag. Golly, right here with you. Right here with you. Nothing but net. Get the Angel Reese special at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Let's work as one community. Let's share the responsibility for our future generations. Let's take pride in our island's image. Let's beat the blights. Zoning is here to help. We've activated the posting of properties and the issuances of notices to abate in the following priority areas: properties within view of tourist sites, properties within 300 feet of schools, daycares, and playgrounds, and properties on major thoroughfares. So, what does this mean for you? Improve or remove unsafe, abandoned, and dilapidated structures. Remove junk vehicles and appliances. Clean up overgrown vegetation. Together, we can make our neighborhoods better. This is our island, and we all have a part to play. Zoning is conducting educational outreach meetings. Come join us to learn more about the Nuisance Abatement and Blighted Property Maintenance Act of 2018. Join in and help us out, just like these property owners are beginning to do. Let's work together to improve our island's quality of life. Together, we can do it. Half a day, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth.
You're watching the Channel 2 News on February 26 from our studio on Capitol Hill.
In the weeks since the new U.S. administration has assumed executive power, about 37,600 people have been deported from the United States. The Department of Homeland Security and ICE, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, have been busy bees, and they are now here on Saipan. The CNMI is reliant on a migrant workforce, and most migrants on the islands are here with all the proper paperwork required to work, reside, and pay taxes. But some, for whatever reason, personal, familial, or financial, have fallen through the cracks of the immigration system and are feeling threatened by heightened U.S. deportation efforts. Bruce Mailman of the law offices of Mailman and Cara is a member of the American Immigration Lawyers Association.
Nothing I say here today should be considered by anybody as legal advice about their own personal cases. It's purely informational.
Although the zealousness of anti-immigration rhetoric has been set aflame by this new regime, Mr. Mailman can only offer this.
No matter what stories you've heard, my own personal contacts over the years with people from ICE and HSI has generally been professional or better.
If you are approached by an ICE agent or by Homeland Security, Mr. Mailman urges that you do not lie to them, but you do have legal rights.
If someone comes up to you, they're not going to act like movie Nazis. Show us your papers.
Okay.
I'm not going to have any of that kind of stuff. You have a right not to speak to them. You have Fifth Amendment rights against self-incrimination. You have Fourth Amendment rights against unwarranted searches. If someone shows up at your house with a warrant, make sure it's a warrant signed by a judge and that it's a search warrant. If it's simply a deportation warrant, they can slide it under the door.
He has this suggestion for anyone experiencing anxiety at this moment. He says, most people don't have problems as big as they think.
A, don't listen to rumors.
Okay.
B, if you have a particular concern, see an attorney, preferably one who practices immigration.
Yeah.
I'm not advertising for myself, mind you.
Right.
C, did I say don't listen to rumors?
Yes.
Don't get immigration advice from your friends, especially friends who are willing to charge you money for that advice. I spend a lot of time trying to fix problems created by what I call fixers.
And there is something everybody should know.
If the only law breaking that's happened is overstay, staying longer than you were admitted for, or perhaps even working without authorization, those are violations of the law, but they are civil violations. They are not crimes.
He says that these violations have repercussions, however, including deportation for a period of time dependent on the length of your overstay. Mr. Mailman is not accepting removal cases at this time, but can be reached by email for referrals and for these pamphlets that explain your rights in English, Tagalog, and in Chinese.
A law passed a number of years ago is putting the pressure on local building owners to clean up blighted buildings that are unsightly and unsafe. A Rhoda senator weighs in.
In 2018, the CNMI legislature passed the Nuisance Abatement and Blighted Property Act. The goal of the law to hold property owners accountable for maintaining abandoned, vacant, and blighted properties, allowing the government to take action to abate nuisance conditions on such properties if left unaddressed by the owner. This law requires commercial property owners to keep their buildings and properties up to a certain standard. CNMI zoning is currently in process of enforcing this law. They have launched a public information campaign, notified building owners, and urged the community to take pride in the community and help clean up the island. According to the law, the zoning administrator shall issue a warning notice to any violator of this act. 60 days except residential property owners shall have 90 days before any penalties are imposed. When a warning is issued and is not acted upon, penalties shall begin to accrue. A Rhoda senator says some businesses in Saipan have come to him seeking help in delaying the enforcement action.
In the last couple of weeks, I've been having a lot of business entities coming into my office asking for assistance. And of course, in the Senate, it's really not my jurisdiction, being that the regulation that created zoning is Saipan legislative delegation matter. However, as the Senate President, I do address issues throughout the CNMI, not just my senatorial district, which is Rhoda.
Senate President Dennis Mendiola says fellow senators are proposing a recommended course of action to the Saipan legislative delegation to consider revisiting the law that created zoning.
We've recently heard the pulling out of DFS, and that's going to be a major blow for the CNMI. So I think that it's time for us to really come together and figure out how to make these regulations a little bit more business friendly. I get the intent of ensuring that we have we don't have clusters or businesses that are not just popping up and there's vehicles everywhere, there's trash, or we want to have an organized community. So I get the intent, and I think that we can, while enforcing the law, we can also be flexible to where we can extend timelines, maybe figure out how we can reduce penalties and fines, So these are recommendations that we've made. So I'm hoping that the Saipan delegation looks into this and figure out how they can work with the business community.
In 2018, the legislature found that blighted properties have a negative impact on surrounding properties and neighborhoods. They detract from the quality of life as well as the economic opportunities of those living around them, and say these types of conditions lower the livability of neighborhoods and can increase crime and calls for emergency services, all of which put additional strains on already taxed local budgets. The Rota senator says he's not against the regulations but is asking for a workaround.
It's quite alarming when you have multiple individuals really pretty much just threatening to throw in the towel. Again, considering the state of our economy, I think it's very, very prudent of us to revisit this and ensure that we're business friendly, because now's the time more than ever to ensure that we generate revenue versus lose revenue. So again, this is not to say that we shouldn't enforce the regulation. This is not to say that the laws that are coming out of the CNMI is not important to our community, but this is to say that we can come up with better courses of action to ensure that the community is addressed, all these issues are addressed, but also being business friendly. So that's really the intent here. The Senate leadership, the team, I know Senator Karina is looking for ways to introduce legislation to help those business community out there. So we're excited about that.
Murder trial is delayed due to motion of potential undue prosecutorial influence. In the ongoing trial of the CNMI versus Calvin Tagabuel, the defense has filed a motion to exclude conflicting autopsy reports filed by the same doctor. On the morning of January 6, 2024, outside of Cool Laundry in Caguaman, Calvin Tagabuel struck a Lark Cassian with one punch that sent Mr. Cassian to the ground unconscious. He passed at CHCC 6 days later. Now, the prosecution claims that the one punch and the impact of head to pavement caused that death, but the defense counters that the deceased had several fights the same evening, all of which may have contributed to the unfortunate death. The defense claims that Dr. Philip Douterman produced one autopsy which potentially confirms one cause of death, and later, after meeting with the prosecution, produced another autopsy with a different cause of death. The motion hearing will take place Friday afternoon, with the trial resuming on Monday.
Coming up, 4 decades of friendship between a local school and a school in Japan still going strong.
And drone flying dolphins and a local history buff, they're back on the island.
Hey, I gotta give you a heads up about something. If you're still rocking that old school cable box, bad news, it's about to go bye-bye. Come February 28, 2025, that old cable system is shutting down. If you don't switch over to DTV Plus, your TV is basically gonna become like this paperweight. Dude, but don't freak out. Making the switch is super simple. All you gotta do is you gotta take that old box and you gotta bring this back to Docomo Pacific, and you're gonna upgrade to this little thing. Boom, you're all set. No more bulky boxes, crazy tangled cords. Dude, just clean, HD TV Plus streaming straight to your TV, straight to your phone, your laptop, or your iPad. Dude, don't wait till the last minute because February 28th it's gonna sneak up real quick. Just go to Docomo Pacific today and get your upgrade locked in. And if you're like me and you hate waiting in line, book your appointment online at docomo.skiplino.live to save time. Trust me. You'll thank me later.
Green sea turtles and hawksbill turtles call the Mariana Islands home. They are an important part of the marine ecosystem. They are under threat, and they are protected under CNMI law. Keep plastic out of the ocean. Keep vehicles off the beach. Use the Sea Turtle Stranding Hotline if you see poaching activities or if you see a turtle in trouble. Call 287-8537 and save a turtle.
King is back like prodigal. I gave him time, it's been too long. Politic, if I want it, I'ma get mine. Never fake the funk, can't perform for your empire. Snatch him out the throne, make them all fall in line. I let the clock tick, count down, cause I'm on the headline, the deadline. I'm ahead time, the rare kind. I'm a living legend, lethal weapon, mastermind. Big time.
Oh, Popeye.
Oh, Popeye. Didn't he eat spinach?
Of course. That's why I eat spinach. Or bok choy, whatever I can get. At Marianas Beach Resort, come to the edge of the ocean and experience the best sunsets on Saipan at Skipper's Beach Bar. Open daily from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m., Skipper's is the perfect place to unwind with great friends, great weather, and stunning ocean views. And every hour is happy hour with $3.99 craft draft beer, local food specials, and live music. Bring a friend or make some new ones. Skipper's is where memories are made. Skipper's Beach Bar, the best sunsets, the best fun. Come join us tonight. See you at the beach.
When I think of you sometime, want to spend some time with you, just the two of us.
Premium office space is available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park on Capitol Hill. Features include dedicated parking, fast internet, backup power, good water, and natural light throughout to go along with the very best views on Saipan. So don't settle for space when you can get peace and peace of mind. Call Hermosa Vista today at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
Welcome back. You're watching the Wednesday night edition of the Channel 2 News.
The CNMI's hospitality and school program continues as MHS hosts Japanese exchange students for the 40th time.
Seiza High School students under the extended program of Marianas High School are visiting Saipan. Principal and Director Hajime Kaneko says they continue to carry this tradition of 4 decades.
About 40 years ago, start 40 times. 40 times here. Yes. Every year, about 300 students come here.
Their trip includes immersing in the school, exploring the island's natural beauty, and plans to bring some goodies back.
Today's swimming, after tomorrow exchange program, Mariana High School and Seiza High School. Last was shopping and sightseeing. So they finish.
Participating in the exchange program for several years, this is Kaneko's impression of Saipan.
I love Saipan. Especially, I love Mariana High School. Because I appreciate your Saipan. Many persons, very important persons. I met them. Very happy.
17-year-old Ayane Nishiyama says it's her first time in Saipan. This is her impression and what she hopes to achieve.
I really love Saipan. Yeah, I love beach. Yeah, and so people are very nice, and I love them. This is why I came here. I want to talk with people because they are so nice and kind. Yeah, and I also want to go out every night, and I want to have a party. Yeah, I want everything.
Prior to coming over, Nishiyama says they studied our cultural history.
There's with traditional dancing and speaking, chamorro.
Overall, the engagement with her host student at MHS is what stands out the most.
The first time I met my partner in MHS, this is my best memory. I love Saipan. Woo! Smash.
4 decades of Grace Christian Ministries, the focus on this week's Your Humanities Half-Hour. In this week's program with host Catherine Perry, 40 years of Grace Christian Ministries on Saipan with Chairman of the Board, Reverend Michael Rodgers, and Founding Chairman, Reverend Raymond Kinsella.
You know, the celebration is just about giving God the glory because it's really what He's done. And we want to just celebrate Him for what He's doing in the ministry, in the school, and here in the community.
According to Reverend Kinsella, the ministry was founded on the Word of God.
But I know, see, too, that if God wants me to do something, then I want to do that. And I don't care if I have to put aside, school. But I want Him to tell me. So He did. And on my way home, and this was back when we were flying back, in the midnight flights, in Continental back to Guam, I said, Lord, one more time, just give me a word that, can confirm in my heart that You are the one that wants me to come to Saipan. And so just like that, the Lord gave this word. He said, Ray, the harvest is ripe and the time is now. I want you to come and I want you to do this work in Saipan.
See more about Grace Ministries and their academy here on Saipan tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on Channel 2 and in repeat at 7 p.m. on Saturday.
A drone team is back from a competition and a Kansas native shows his family around. Welcome to Saipan.
You never know who you will see at Saipan International Airport. A few arrivals are having trouble exiting those double doors. There's only one way in, so we welcome our visitors and homecomers eventually. Dan Bartlett, originally from Kansas, has been living in Guam for 16 years now. This is how he compares Saipan to our sister island in the south.
It's a little bit slower than Guam. It's a little bit more peaceful. Guam's peaceful, but Saipan's even a little bit more so. I like how it's just very chill. I like the slow pace.
He has some family in town, so he plans to show them around.
Every time I have visitors come out, this is where I want to show them, and the history in Tinian, the history here, and I think it's a good U.S. history lesson that, quite honestly, I think most Americans should see. And so being in Guam and be able to come and reach out and touch it and see it and feel it is important. I think it's very cool, and it's just, I like Saipan. It's very good.
As Bartlett sets out to check out the island sites, a Marianas High School team of 5 students and 2 adult chaperones are back from a competition in the mainland. Special drill team named Biba MHS was led by retired Sergeant First Class Albert Lujan.
Okay, so the event is called a drones competition with 8th Brigade. It was held in Reno, Nevada. So it's like our first annual that our brigade has held this, and this is the first team from CNMI that went.
Cadet Captain Sora Baijia says overall they placed 17 out of 56 with different categories. This is the base of what they did.
Okay, so the competition, they're in-drone drones, and we go through obstacle courses and we time them. Yeah.
Cadet First Sergeant Hawk Meinl says they did very good considering it's their first year.
We we went there without really not knowing how the competition is going to go through, and we actually beat our expectation on how it went. So we came back with new knowledge to teach our other cadets that might join next year. Hopefully they'll stay, and then maybe we can go again and get maybe a podium finish or a trophy. We can get that next year.
Cadet Second Lieutenant Caitlin Ignacio says the competition was a 2-day event that had some hiccups in the beginning.
On the first day, we did get like a few mishaps, but after learning everything, we really improved a lot on the second day, and we had a good time as well, especially like meeting alongside the other teams, meeting all the other schools. It was a great time overall.
Cadet Sergeant Javon Gong says a lot of time and dedication went into preparation.
To practice the drones, yes, we've spent a lot of the times after school.
Cadet Sergeant Jess Gong says one of the challenges during the competition was landing the drones.
It's hard to see and land on the pad, so we should practice more.
Counselor Gabrielle Ray says it was rewarding to see the students progress through the competition.
I didn't have much information about the drones. I actually had only seen them fly them for the first time the week before we left, but I had a really good time on the trip, and I think the students did really well. I was super impressed at the improvement throughout the trip, just from the start of the competition to the end, the things that we learned and how they implemented what they had practiced. I was really proud to see them compete.
The CNMI welcomes our drone-flying dolphins back home, as well as all our visitors here to indulge in the island's slow pace and rich history. Welcome to Saipan.
Coming up in sports, a mixed-up match with CNMI's youth and adult athletes is underway.
Stay tuned, you don't want to miss it.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
A new international brand is coming soon, but why wait? Escape to paradise today at Marianas Beach Resort on Saipan. For just $99 for two, enjoy an ocean view room with stunning views of the crystal clear waters. Relax by the swimming pools, dip your toes in the sand, and unwind with exclusive offers on breakfast and happy hour. Whether you're here for romance or relaxation, Marianas Beach Resort is the perfect getaway. Special rates are for NMI and Guam residents. Some restrictions apply, but not many. Call 670-234-1234 and book your escape today.
Motivation isn't always easy to come by. Thankfully, there's one place that continues to ignite my willpower. This one place provides me with the knowledge and support I need to grow, so I can continue to become a better version of myself. This is where I discovered my passion, where I achieved successes that made me proud. It's home. It's where I improved my performance, seeing the opportunity in every challenge. And when doubt creeps inside and I think about giving up, I remember the heroes who who've also called this place home. And just like them, I know that every last rep is always a beginning. No matter how hard it gets, nothing can stop me. I will always come back stronger because I'm part of a legacy.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas sports fans! A classic of its own kind, the White Coconut Trophy is for the taking.
Tennis prodigies and adult athletes competed in this past weekend's White Coconut Classic finals.
I don't know what year this is, but I know we've been doing this tournament for like more than 25 years, probably about 30. And this is a unique tennis tournament in the world. It's called the White Coconut Classic Tennis Tournament. And as you can see, these are our trophies right here.
Jeff Race says the event was originally named the Coconut Classic until White Coconut Scanning and Computers started sponsoring the event. The tradition continues with coconuts painted white for trophies. Here are some highlights of the competition. 7-year-old Evan Zhang, the #1 seed in the boys 12U, in action at American Memorial Park. Natsuki Ariola wins 7-6 against Lenore He in the girls 10 and under division. Harper Loken and Fiona Yu go head-to-head in the G12U. Fiona Yu represented the CNMI in Guam during the Pacific Regional Championships. During the White Coconut Classic, youth players can play in adult leagues. 12-year-old Cody Park plays Joel Fernandez in the men's 4.0 singles.
We have another tradition in this tournament, which makes this tournament like the funnest that we have all year, and that is our mixed up doubles. Not mixed doubles, but mixed up. So we take all the older kids and adults and we randomly pair them with the smaller kids. And the great thing is that all of the kids have like their best performances that they've ever had because they're playing with the adults and they got to really pick up their game. So this is our really like my favorite tournament anyway.
Isaiah Ariola Mook and Hu Wang play in the mixed-up doubles event. Isaiah won his first boys 12U singles title, beating top-seeded Evan Zhang in the final. Also in the mixed-up doubles, Toma Abel paired with Daniel Kang play against Jun Yu and Vivian Chung. #2-seeded Vivian Chung qualified for the Pacific Oceania Junior Championships earlier this month at a competition in Guam. Monthly NMI tennis tournaments are underway.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. Tonight, once again, this weather is amazing. Though cloudy, there is only a 20% chance of isolated showers with northeast winds of 20 to 25 miles per hour, cooling the night air to lows of around 77 degrees. Tomorrow, Thursday, also easy breezy with highs of 85 degrees and lows of 78. with a 30% chance of isolated showers. There are high surf advisories and rip current warnings through Thursday, so be careful in the water. The sun has set at 6:24 p.m. and will rise tomorrow morning at 6:35 a.m., the time you will certainly find some triathletes preparing for the next time trials event on March 15. The swimmers will be swimming, the bikers will be biking, and the runners will be running, and I will see you and them with my feet in the water, cup of coffee in my hand, using all the energy I have to wave them on. Well, Saipan, that is news, weather, and coconuts. We'll see you again on Friday.